Yes, there's a thing indeed. I don't. Yes, it was just supposed to be a short one. But now I got a little bit into the thing here, and the thing is the grain. Yeah, the grain we could either get. We need more bandwidth on this grain for that to have any remote chance to pay off. I think it depends though. It takes a long time for this cycle to do its thing, and not entirely sure if we lost any crops or not here. That field looks a bit off. I've not seen that before, and here too. This might well be ruined crops. That means that I have not had that before too. That's great. Yes, that is great. Yes. So yes, more bandwidth on the thing here was the thing. Yeah, perhaps I should have ended the video there. That might have been better. I will have to bear with me. Oops. I can see that's part of me for a bit. The colleague wants to go outside for a little bit. So I need to help her along. That's business. Good colleague still going outside. Yes. Very good. Is it locked? God damn it. What the hell is going on here? There we go. Colleague taken care of for now. Oh, that was a great view, wasn't it, too? Yes, magnificent. Do we actually have this train rolling yet? There are always vehicles about, you know. Road vehicles, that is. But the crop train... I mean, there ought to be points here where the train is actually rolling. Some trains are actually rolling. But it seems that, yes, here we go. One is shooting. It's the crop train. And of course, yes, it will take... So, okay, yes, we did lose some crops. How much do you take in one go? This should be relatively easy maths here. Maths. And I think that was this at peak efficiency? No, it wasn't during harvest, because there wasn't enough space to put the harvest. But I think that we can actually have even more fields, and this distance might become a problem unless we could do things. It ought to be the same as a regular agrofarm, just that we can do more bit. But so far, yes, it's covering everything, and it's not covering quite everything. I think that we can offer the cycles on the CPU there to do an extra bit of searching. Yes, look at the snow falling smoothly, lovely. Yes, indeed. Good, we have more of the soundtrack too. Yes. And the autosave is pretty quick too. Here. Yes. But the question is, does this scale long term? If it does, that's a completely different way of playing. That's a completely different way of playing the game too. I suppose that it is not just about the exact opposite of what TBD is. You know, that plays 100,000 people and completely self-sufficient, more or less, more or less perpetual, 10 years at least, without malfunction so far. So, as good as it's going to get, But the thing like this, you could actually, this ought to work perpetually. Yes, that's what it ought to do. There's nothing that can go wrong here. We have no fires, we have no workers, we have no one to be upset. We have only the economy to fight long term. And yes, inflation and the value of the resources that we extract. And vehicles will become ridiculously expensive, and laying in railroad and things will become ridiculously expensive. And I don't think that the value of our exports will increase by the same tempo, as our costs do. So if we want to spend, we need to spend now. Does that make sense? Yes, it does actually, because we don't get any interest. No. I think it does make sense when the inflation is kind of given, and where absolutely nothing can go wrong, except that you haven't sat down and made the calculation on the actual inflation and made it's simple to do to spoil this if you want to. There ought to be a mathematical way to do this. It could also be quicker, and it might actually also be a result. But this is lovely. Now we have a train rolling on the radar. Okay, green, nice. Yes, we're not adding the chaos of refueling trains in this neither. No. Our only running costs really are electricity and diesel. Yes, diesel we also have as a running cost for a little bit of road vehicles. I'm not sure if they're paying off, and there's really no way to be sure neither. Or is there? I don't think there is. Yes, I'm going to have to take care of the heating system in my old village house. It's just the way it is, and pardon me, I will be right back. That's what we are. And whilst we're here, so that I don't forget, it'll be very upsetting. I think it's quite important that we get some music going here, because it's very quiet sometimes when no train is rolling. However, one can notice, yes, the sound engine is obviously dependent on the world simulation performance, because the train sound works a whole lot better here than it does in TBD. A whole lot better. Well, the trains are also short, which is something that maybe then, yes, did you ever get around to calculating if this would work out or not? How much crops do we? It is so smooth, it is incredible. Yes, it is. Get over it. Not yet. I have not gotten over it, and I will enjoy it. This will easily empty out this until, yes, it's Christmas. It's the winter solstice about. Since we now can change these runtime, it would be funny to have solar cycle on enable and disable, and a latitude or longitude, whatever it would be, that yes, northeastern direction, northeastern. As I'm pointing with the mouse, yes, north, south, and yes, yes, longitude, That's on that. You can hear that on the latitude. Is that way, I think. Yes. So latitude degree then. Yes. How hard would that be? Yes. Since we appear to be around, it's really stable winters that we have. Cold. Long, predictable as hell. It's the same as in TBD. In fact, it happens to be 23rd of November is when it starts snowing. Yes. So, well, the question is really, is it catching up or not? Yes. This has never even been behind. Where are we? Yes, this might well have been behind. Oh, this is the road system. This no. It might actually be a bit. Oh, that's a train thing. They're waiting. There's one waiting too. But I can hear a train rolling. It is working. Sort of. Yes, we don't have any resources hanging about there. But it was full somewhere. Yes, here it is full. That's a very long way to go. Longer train. One benefit of this is that the length of train that you can have is only limited to the amount of money available, which is a limitation I have apparently put upon this model railway. Yes, of course, the experiment was about the economy, was it not? Well, yes. I mean, there has to be something to it, I think. Now, if you think a bit lazily about this and how to accomplish it as easily as possible and simple and so on, I think a long but generous shunting track from the existing bit right there ought to, knock on wood, just work. How much are you willing to? $93,000 over for 60. Yes, 60,000 rubles sounds like a good deal, but then we're going to need to buy trains, and I don't think there are that many trains available for dollars, especially not that run on electricity, which is all that we're doing. Yes, not getting involved with the complicated fueling algorithm here. Not here, no. That's for a different time. This really does not matter. This is only a matter of taste, and it doesn't really neither appeals particularly. None of this does. That didn't turn out that great. But 25,000 rubles sounds like a goddamn steal to me. Right now. But it isn't. We as one certain indicator is how much time does it actually take to build the thing. Yes, here we now have a long train depot. This train actually doesn't need to be any longer though. Neither does this might need to this might benefit from being longer. Yes, it is increasing. It is going to get longer. You're going to get longer now. Do you care about signals when you're going to the depot? No, you're not. Yes, I mean, eventually you will cross tracks with that train. But there is a time off with that train. What are you talking about? How is it moving? Isn't there a train at the... yes, there is. The pass signaling is apparently working somewhat, sometimes. Or at least when I told it to go to depot, yes, and it should not have gone before, because if it would have, it would have meant that your railroad wasn't working. This means that your railroad might be working. Actually. Yes. You have such an advantage though, because you are tiny and I think that you get to go first pretty often. And you're also always waiting around here. A short distance to travel. But eventually it will catch up to this, and then it will be limited by the resource available here, which is not that much. It is about what we have got here. That's also a really expensive way to do that. Yes. Anyway. I can hear a train rolling. What's it doing? Well, yes, it's going to somewhere and doing something. Yes. Okay, so yeah, so well, if I'm right about the sound thing, if that is tied, they either have to work around that somehow, which is one way to do it, or fork it. Yes, we're going getting into computer science for a little bit. Why not? Computer science. I have no degree in anything. I don't have to say anything about that. Nothing should be presumed. It should never be presumed that I know what I'm talking about. No, I have never ever implied that. That I am pretty damn certain of. Hopefully, yes. If not, if so, it was an attempt at humor, yes, for entertainment purposes only. That's certainly something that is has been stated many times over. Anyway, yes, these trains are terribly inefficient. This would maybe also benefit from being longer. Maybe, yes, it would. It would. Will you also figure out that you can go to the depot then? This is going to get expensive. We already have one in here. Where is it? You go from the big place there to the border. You don't have very long to go or far to go. Maybe it's how they usually put it, you know. That long of a way. Is it? Don't get hung up on that now. Get on with it. Yes. And I see no other reason than using these. Perhaps these, now that there is no... Yes, what is the cost per ton? Yes, we need to be very, very precise here with the Soviet simulator now to get it to the most efficient way possible. Yes. The 38,000. You say 120 tons. Uh-huh. Yes, you can be a little bit more efficient than this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you don't do it that way. You can also not be stupid. If you just aren't. Sometimes you are, and then that big one is 317 rubles per ton. That doesn't make any sense at all. No, it's the other way around. You stupid idiot. Are you kidding me? If that's the number you're looking for, that is. Oh, that doesn't make sense. It was right first. Yes, you're even more stupid than that. Yes, it was right. How damn did... What? 38,116. Please bear with me. I'm very sorry here for my stupidity. Many things. 317 rubles. Yes, I remember now. If I would have thought about that. Yes, and then we do the same thing over here. About 320, say, and this works out to... yes, it is. You don't need a calculator, I don't think. But anyway, yes, 19,465 divided by 68, 2,874. That's a lot more expensive. Yes. And if you would have actually looked at the thing, the quite obvious thing is, I didn't notice, sorry. These are a whole lot more cost effective when length is not an issue. Then again, we are a bit limited. We don't have infinite amount of money. Neither. It's a good thing that we can do this. Not sure. They both only needed a bit more, so this might do it. One that is. You can buy more. We have the money for the moment, at least. Let's buy while we can. I suppose so. If we're going to hook up more things on here, we need them to be waiting at their stations, you know. Right, you're going to the... Yes, good. You're going there. 1,128 tons of oil. You say... That sounds like something. That's magnificent. The track may be a little bit sharp on the edge, around the edges there. It's the classic workers and resources look. Yes. Intentionally so. Definitely. No, it isn't. No, it's just what it's supposed to be. It's just that you're not used to the trains sound working as it should. And also the electrical trains. They make a certain hum. But this, what do you say about this then? That's a lot of windows and it's time to send this out, I think. Maybe I should have checked if the railroad was clear, maybe. Actually, no, yes, the thing, yes, that's the thing. The depot is you know, the depot area is, what do you call it? Fenced off here. Yes. One is required to only ask one train at a time to enter or leave here. That's a requirement of the system. That's a user requirement. You know, a requirement on the user of the system. Yes, it's how it works. It's how it's designed, and so on. It's according to specification. I don't know if the length of the train is according to specification. Well, it is definitely according to specification. But if it is according to requirements. Looking at it, it certainly looks quite long, and we might have spent a few rubles, many, you know, I don't know, maybe, yes. Crops, how are you doing with the export of those? It's taking a while, is what it is. But you thought it'd be easy, yes, three trips, but you stupid person. You looked at one of these places, didn't you? Yes, you had to sort of add them together. Yes, and we can see here that there's 400, damn it, 1,400, it's almost 1,500 tons. Yes, and the train took what, 386 or something? Along those lines, exactly 386. That's incredible. My memory is certainly random. Yeah, you thought about it, and you saw the way of the railroad. And we could already notice that the save time has increased slightly. And I think this is all now normal tree detail. Oh, we can have very high shadows, very high depth of field. I don't know. I don't know if I like the effect. That's the thing. Particles, we don't have any emissions. Well, we have them from the vehicles. Yes, ambient occlusion. We definitely need that. That looks terrible without that, you know. Isn't that thing that makes it... No. Yes, it is this. in summer at least. No, it's this thing that makes this is ridiculous. No, terrain. Yes, that thing. There we go. Yes, we have this now. We need to buy many. Oh god, no, we actually would need a new train. Wouldn't be a bad thing. There are electric. Yes, ICE, power car. As that wouldn't be silly at all, would it? With box cars trailing behind it. Well, this place is certainly not attached to reality in any way, shape, or form. So why the hell not? It's the only electrical train available to buy for dollars. Yes. Yeah, and it gets a chance for me to look at this thing. We haven't seen this. I have not seen this before in action. See what it can do. We want to do box cars, was it? Yes. How many can we afford? They're getting added to the wrong train. Should we get rid? It was an electric ride. Yes. Of course, it is. It's the ICE. Supposed to be at least. Should have a restaurant car on the end as well or something. If it isn't too expensive, it might be expensive. Power car reversed. That's a bit overkill, I think. Yes. It will definitely be very much okay. What's your current capacity? The 660. That's not enough by any means. So restaurant wagon 90,000. That's not very expensive. And since length of train is not an issue and shall not become an issue for a while, at least as long as the railroad remains single tracked, for all the way, yes. Then you want to go in with the rubles. Is where you want to go, because that's where you're going to find cargo wagons of any significance here, and the box cars is. Yes, these. Yes, we go with the same thing. It still gets added to the wrong thing. Yes, and much more money than we might have needed to spend. There we go. Apparently the train depot is in a good mood. Or not, maybe. I'm not noticing how bad it works. Apparently it was working quite well when I started. Yes, we now have 13 going that way and 5 going this way. Okay. 1,379 tons of crops. You're currently hauling nothing. We should have the schedule from you please. There we go. Very much. And yes, we shall have the. Yes, we need one car on there, or wagon. Yes, I really do like the word wagon. Vagn, yes. Not set depot. Copy schedule. Yes, you cannot talk about one thing and do another thing at the same time. That's not what you wanted to do. Go back inside. Please turn around now. There we go. Thank you for being so quick about it. There we go. You don't need to look. You have semaphores. The only thing you need to think about is only sending one train in here at once. How quick did you accelerate? You're up to 110. That's pretty good, I think. You haven't even made it. You barely made it the length. I didn't notice the. We can see what speed it gets up to here when empty. Then, yes. In the length of itself, yes. That's some form of acceleration metering going on. Unloaded, 642 tons, pretty heavy. There we go. You were going 100 and, I wasn't looking. 18, 19. Definitely not over 120. And that's the top speed of the railroad. Regrettably. It's also maybe a good thing that you're not going quicker than this around various corners and things that might be on here. Don't think of it. Might actually be a bit harsh as it is in some place. Was it your turn? No. This place is now full. This train is also full. And it's waiting. There might still not be enough bandwidth on the railroad. We shall find out in due course. Yes, maths. I'm not going to bring out Excel for this now. As for power calculations only, and also trying to convert energy systems in the game. Yes, that's what you need Excel for. And also, I suppose, playing around with the numbers if you're into that sort of thing, you have to do that. Anyway, see what is it? CFO, Chief Financial Officer, once told me that you can make up anything with Excel. Yes. I believed him. Yes. You can make anything look good with it, or no. Whatever I said first, that was I think the most correct representation. I cannot come. I will only make it worse by attempting to get the better one. Anywho, this will now be the entire stock here basically. Well, it wasn't it? Yes, it was about 1,500 tons, and there won't be any coming for a while. Are you sure you needed all this train? Not really, no. No. Not really. But we shall see. It is a lot heavier, certainly. As it's about to be 1,000 tons heavier than it was. It has this thing that is called, load, freight, doing actual work. Yes. Cargo, you could say. It is actually, this is a bit annoying about the game, that it does. I mean, it has a specific truck for cement. God damn it, cement can be packaged in paper bags, Well, maybe not on the scale we should be doing it here, but it can. Crops we certainly need to do on a large scale. We wouldn't be doing them in little bags of 5 kilograms a piece or whatever it is they're doing here. No, I think there are at least pallets, with large things. You have to imagine that there are forklifts going around or something. But yes, this ought to be a hopper system. Yes. Why isn't it? A choice must have been made at some point that we do not. So, I mean, is either building a custom thing for grain or reusing what you have with the conveyors, I suppose. But that. Yes, if you'd spruce them up a bit to look a bit more like food things, I suppose. Okay, the length of the train, you said. How the hell am I going to find out that? It's too late. Yes, but we are doing 90 now, and it's well past the length. I don't know where it was standing. Right. I'm going to say it was a lot slower accelerating now, because now we're up to 120. And that bit is from about there. What the hell? Train. I missed it. That's only one way about it, and we might have to wait for a while to get the chance to look again. Damn it. It won't make a difference if you do it quickly. Because there are plenty of trains waiting to use this block. So apparently there is a maximum length to the block that it is willing to Or simply just, no, I will not deal with this. You're on your own with this system that you got going on here. Yes, the stuff that you have here, I think that we're pretty happy to deal with though. Aren't we? No? What's the matter? It happens sometimes, this. Not sure why. Is it in the winter? Doesn't it work in... I haven't seen it working in winter. Maybe it doesn't. Am I going insane? Might be. Or I've forgotten. Yes. I cannot confirm. These are speculations. I could do something that won't affect anything. Yes. That ought to have done something. No. And we can't do anything without that won't, be disruptful. Very much. Unless we take this out very, very quickly. You got to get going. Yes, we can watch the... no. You made an attempt. You didn't get to go. Yes, we know who got to go. Because and there is only one train at a time that can roll. Yes. And this time it's this one. Has it caught up yet? So it isn't disturbing as often. Yes, it has. It might do us well to do a little bit of a longer train. In the long run. If we're going to do more stuff here, yes, then you'd want. Yes, we want them parked as long as possible in various places. I'm waiting, such as this one. This looks pretty good. Oh, okay, you're still pumping at maximum speed. There's no pump in between, that's why it's a bit slow. Yes, okay. So, you didn't get to go this time either. No, but this one did. Yes, hello, I'm trying to measure the acceleration in the form of the length of train, which speed the speed it gets up to in its own length. And the weight is also on there, and it was also on there when it was empty. However, I'm not taking that into my considerations here. However, this might be a while. Yes, we have to wait for that train to go to the border. It is there. We can, I would guess or it is a truck. It depends on how long it keeps going. I think it's the train. And it's there. It is doing its unloading thing. And the rubles are ticking quite quickly, aren't they? Whilst the dollars are ticking down a bit. Are we using so much electricity in dollars, or what are we? Do I not have a loan? We're not there yet. That's one thing that's for certain. If we ever have to take out a loan, it's not going to work out. Then inflation will definitely get us. Yes, that's not what you're looking for. Expenses, only power. This year, this February, is only power. Yes, it's starting to get expensive. Has no train arrived? That's one. Minus 92,000. God damn it. This is not looking good, this. But yes, we bought a lot of vehicles there, and there too quite a bit. Yes. Look, last month, that's when we bought the things. This month, though, yes, running costs versus thing. How much is actually this year running cost electricity? That would be here. And fuel, yes. About 12,500 rubles. That's not bad. And $12,000 so far. Yes, it's only February. Last year it adds up maybe. Yes, $101,000. So how much did we make? 1.1 million. Okay. Yes. Cost of train, return on investment and so on. I don't know. But this appears to take quite some time, yes. Now it gets to go. Yes. What speed do you get up to now when you weigh 2,009 tons instead of 2,009 minus 1,366? In the length of yourself. That is. There is certainly quite a significant difference. I'd say it was about 85 kilometers an hour, and it was 120 before. Abouts. That is a very significant difference. Sweet. And well, the nice thing about this railroad is that when it is your turn, you have been waiting for a while and so on. When you finally get to go, you actually get to stretch your legs quite nicely. Yes. Now you're up to full speed, just as you made it out to the busy bit. I suppose this is... I suppose this is pure stubbornness, this keeping it, single tracked. Yes. It is. Well, an experiment, yeah, we're testing it. Oh god damn it, there might actually be a maximum length for the train. If there is such a thing, that's something that we're going to remedy. Yes, that is something that we're going to remedy. Now, okay, it's going to prove quite difficult, or maybe not, if we can cut off electricity for a while. Yes and no. It doesn't matter. No one will get upset, really. Just that nothing will happen. Except for the vehicles, the road vehicles might continue doing their thing. Actually, I think they load, but slower from unpowered buildings. Sometimes they cannot refuel though. That's a problem. Yes, I think I'm trying to pop a little bridge over here, maybe. Or where is the next? There is no more. It's Hansasino. Wouldn't you know it? God damn it, Hansasino, where are you over there now? Yes, we could. No, we're not going all the way to Hansasino. That's a long way. But we are removing a bit of power lines here. Yes, quite a bit. These two, yes, we would have to. And now, yes, we're now also going to remove road, which is going to upset a lot of vehicles, and therefore we what was that? Do I have a... What the hell? Do I have a road? What? No. But, okay, is there a vehicle in here? No. There are one more moving on this part of the road. Rail, okay. So it's a trail. Yes, it didn't. Rail. It's not going to allow it, No. I think it would be because of these things being here, and this won't help, will it? If we could get them out of here, but which we cannot. Yes, it did allow it to be deleted. Very good. You're still just as lost as you were before, but now you don't mind. That makes a lot of difference. Yeah, since we don't have fires, we could easily do the trick to get free. So with a little bit of an investment, we could get terrain modification here. Although it is not small investment, maybe we shall see. What is it? Construction. Yes, construction office indeed. I think they are more cost effective than the what you call it, road vehicle depots. Since we're not doing any construction, that's not going to happen. No, we could actually be building roads. No, we couldn't. We'd have to buy gravel. We can't make gravel without workers. There's no automated stone crusher, as far as I know. No, we don't care about any of that. We just want a few diggers, and we want some cheap ones, please. Cheap and good. Nuclear excavator we'll try and keep away from. Speed level 22, 20, 33, and it's the most expensive one, but that's what we have, and a few bulldozers too. If we should need to even out a little bit on the final. Is that enough? Yes, you need to be careful with the rubles there. Yes, and then turn this off, otherwise it would not have had much effect. Yes, there is the foreign power connection there that we also should take into consideration. You're actually building a bridge. These trucks to get over the railroad. It would have been cheaper to relay the railroad. Yes, it would. I'm not even sure that we're able to afford this bridge. Come to think of it, especially not at this length. It appears that it's supposed to be here. We shall see what it costs these days. I don't know. It is low, so we use this type. You're not showing money. No, I don't want that. But, that sounds like a steal. 57 and a half. That sounds very reasonable. As it will be a bit, it seems that you are prepared for going that way, whilst the most optimum way would be to go too steep. It is not. Stop arguing about it. And it isn't too sharp a turn neither, really. If I would not have drawn that road too far. Yes, beautiful, lovely, great. Or terrible, maybe. Shall we try the automatic thing and see if it doesn't? We might have done something good. And these are all going that way. Yes. There are some pylons here, something like that. Yes. $1,000 is definitely. Go for it. Including the bridge. Yes. Cheap. It really depends on how much money you make. We made quite a bit, didn't I? $1.1 million. Yes. In a year. Yes, and it will be a while before you figure it out. We can help you. Someone is a bit confused, but I think you'll figure it out. Whatever it is that you you're trying to do. Yes, you did figure it out. It's nice that when you buy the road, it isn't already snowed on. as I believe happens when you build it. Yes, it inevitably happens when you build it, as it will snow whilst they're building it at one time or other. Yes, it would also be a great idea to replace those power lines, because everything, or not perhaps everything, but many things are standing quite still at the moment, and that would be out here. It's a very simple matter of hooking the loose ends up here. This is actually now full. Should we, whilst we're at this, should we get some switches in? Yes, I think we should. Oh, it is just placing down infrastructure, just getting it, that that's easy. That's the wrong way, maybe, yeah. Okay, we will make it work if we have to. Yes, and here, where did they go? It's, they're here. Okay. Take this out a bit. We put in a switch here too. Yes. Depending on which one is the most loaded one, doing this. Why you're not buying them as you go? Because it interferes with the power lines, but the power lines seem to be alright so far. Yes, but I want maybe to choose currency, $27,000, yes. Take it. As these goddamn vehicles has the rail cargo wagons. Yes, that will be the ruin of us if we not get enough. We can actually be buying as many as possible. I mean, one thing that is very certain is that we are going to need more. What should you call it? Oil transportation capability. Although we have two separate and disparate, maybe two rail systems, and where would you want to invest in this? In the east or in the west? They can be connected one day. Yes. Well, then according to this theory, we should buy a few. Maybe one more. Yes, 200,000 sounds like a good place to be, maybe. Oh no, is the thing working here now? Yes. And we can easily make do a readout out of how much we're using here. 0.8 megawatts in total. Did you forget about the putting in? No. Nothing. No, that's probably the oil field over here or something. It's wherever it goes, it doesn't do anything currently. No, it isn't actually. The 0.7 megawatts we're using from the east and something from the west too. This was worth quite a bit, it would seem, the crops. Let's see here now that we have, this is more or less an entire, is more than half a year's worth of crop. Okay. It takes a long time to unload, and it is not worth a whole lot, and it was very expensive to get into. It was extremely expensive to get into. It may not pay off well enough. I wonder what, so far, has this done anything that we can notice to the oil price? The last year, for example, what was it? Then 38 to sell and 42 to buy. And the same in both currencies, apparently, this year. No, that you need to look at that. Right, we cannot get that down there. But it has gone up. I don't have anything to measure inflation by, I don't suppose. Other things, steel. It's pretty steady. Yes, it's because it's February. I have maybe built something. I don't know. Yes, iron ore seems like a bad business to be in. And iron ore, yes. Oil. Yes, last year we should, yes, probably there. It was when the trains were standing still. Yes, it was. Then it started dropping, and then it went up again, and then it sort of did. I don't know what it might average. We just the time might determine what happens. You're accelerating again. We don't know the length, but we know what you got up to. You have now gone your length. Yes, quite a large difference, in fact. Did not look at if there was any voltage drop, damn it. No, I'm just coasting here, we're barely using anything at all. 373 kilowatts. That's like nothing. Yes, and the way it is, yeah, I mean, it's the rules of the road, is that if you might have to wait until this train is all the way down there. No, you actually went. Yes, that puts you at an advantage compared to the other train down there. It doesn't stand a chance. Although it seems to me, I don't know, it ever gets empty down there, you know. That's a long train. Yes, it is. And I think that we can surmise that, and I know I don't think that the farming industry will pay off, at least not in a year. No. What would they bring 30,000 rubles or something? This year crops 36, and we did one train load before, I think, which was a lot shorter. Yes, maybe 10,000 at tops. Yes. You could look 16. Okay. Yeah, so that's one year's worth of crops. That's 50,000, about 50, a bit more. Yes, and also it was a bit unoptimized. We're going to do a little bit better this year, I think, with the production. A little bit. So maybe we could get up to 60,000 tons of crops currently out of this farm. Might even be able to have a few more fields if we could get them in somehow. Yes, it would be good if they fitted here. They don't, unless we remove the road. The road could be relaying a bit close to these, and that might allow another row of fields in here. I think, I mean, compared to all the other things that we have invested in here, such as the railroad, the train, the farm, the farming machinery, all the goddamn things here. At least compared to oil, but then again, oil is quite dense both in energy and value. So there we have it. You're not if you ever want to get a second track in there, you know, then this is not going to happen. At least not Yes, it's going to be a twisty road then. God damn it! I removed the road unnecessarily. Could we get something out of this? Yes, we could get this out of it. For example, we could have a field here. Was that it? It's perfectly lined up with nothing at all. And we do you think we could get one? No, don't try. Do it this way instead. Yes, and then we could even have, yes, this we can have. As long as they manage the commute. Yeah, but I think they do. Maybe. Sometimes. We shall see. They made it. No. Only that bit is expensive. And this bit too. For some reason. All of that bit, yes. Splurging on oops, that's not a good thing. That's a much better thing. We did one costly connection there. Yes, that's it. Yes, 3 more fields. Great work. Well, we could extend here too. I think. Ian? No, why not? No, we could do it this far out, we can try. That is very expensive. All of this, it will get, so we have to use the dollars even though it is very cost ineffective out here. That's nice. You can see it's like a time lapse, but in real time. If you are used to construction. Here, yes. But fields. Fields is what I want. Medium field. I don't know. It's very far away from the farm. Maybe a big field is more cost effective the further, wouldn't it? Maybe I don't know. Do you expect me to know these things? No. I don't. I think we might be. That's a bit of rock. That's good. We don't need to think about that then. It is not very fertile or. Oh, God damn it! I had the word this time. I know it. Arable. Yes. It is not very arable. That land. There. This land here. Oh. Right. Yes, okay. You will now wait until about August sometime, I think. You are also waiting. You are probably waiting quite a bit there. And there is a maximum length. We have almost reached it. We could put one more wagon on this one, but this one is actually as long as it can be allowed to be. Maximum of one more wagon. Yes. Powered car. Whatever. Goodbye. Yes. Goodbye indeed, I think. Is this flat landscape? I could go around putting in, using the terrain to putting in, obstacles. If I wanted to, maybe we spruce up the place a bit. And again, this is just a playground. Yes. That is also, we have a little bit of investment in, since it's actually doing something. Yes, we have these now. Look at all these fields. It's the 3rd of March. I think that means it's about time for the tractors to get going. Yes. One at a time. How do they start from the closest ones and make their way out, or how? Random, perhaps. There is, quite an obvious place behind the farm, maybe. Absolutely certain about this not being able to build it. No, we're not. Yeah, actually can build. If we don't need another grain silo, they will be able to keep up, and the train is enormously large and long. This, yes. The cost is almost negligible compared to what we invested in all of this. And this, there we go. They are sewing, and are these working? Yes, it is. Building is without power supply. How did that happen? I did not reconnect the wire. There was one switch that was not passing any current, and that would be all of this then. Are you not connected? No, you're not. Missed one side of the thing there, yes. You did. There we go. Now you should be going. That explains a bit why the ruble account feels as though it has stood a little bit. Not a whole lot has happened, maybe. Although the train, yes, it is loading a little bit quicker now when it has electricity here, and also these are pumping again, which is very helpful. Yes, and since the trains were still working, they should have managed to catch up a bit. So we could get some sort of baseline established here on where we are in the balances between the train lengths and the amount of resource available. Yes. There is always the possibility to expand this even further, isn't there? There is a small patch to the right of our current location. We can look at it maybe like that. Yes, you see, well, I can't point at it. There, was this really not developed down here? 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 No. Yeah. You're telling me there's oil here that we have not exploited? Or you must be joking. You cannot be. Yeah, I must have miss. No, here there is a little patch. I mean, it's I'd say it's large enough to warrant, exploiting and hooking up to this system if this is not full. If it is profitable to do it via road, that is, I think it is. How much did we spend on diesel? I don't know. Neither do I know how much we brought in on the particular export on the road, but I think it was enough. Yes. Oil derrick, please. Yes. Yeah. I just want to get the maximum amount of exploitation level here that we can. Is that worth it? The money-wise, yes. It doesn't. Yes, it is probably worth it, but fiddly-wise, no, don't skip it. That's it. Nothing else around here. No. That might actually be worth it. Yes, it will be worth it. We claim here. Anyway, and then you want pump. That's in here. adding thing. Together pump thing. But it is yes, they are off numbered, so to speak. I think that we'll do the piping work manually, please. They're not off numbered at all. They are just the most optimum number that they could be, in fact. No, we want to do it with a little bit of a nice swoopy curve to it, since we can. Nowadays, sure. And one more, and this we'd want, 3 hookups to the furthest 2 being those. Yes, I think even though it isn't working it out from there for some reason, I think there's a hill or something in the way it can't do it around that thing. I think that's still within range, and that it isn't too long. This time we will not auto purchase that immediately anyway. There's no reason to take this up. That's very nice turn there. It's good enough. They do not have an extra in here anywhere. Oh, regrettably we do not. Means we need to get one. I better take one more off. Yes, it would be one of these. Yes, we'll go for it here. You are going again, but you have been going all this time. Need that too, and I hope that was not or won't be. That will be too long. I guarantee it to be. It's not if we do it ugly. If we do it nice, we can do it ugly. Then yes, all of that and this too, and also a little bit of electricity out here, and we'll be all set. Maybe we can even cover. Yes, we can cover all of it with one substation. Right, there ought to be a switch. There is a switch. Let's buy another switch. Whilst we're at it here. Building in the way. Oh, there isn't. It's right down there, so don't do anything unnecessarily complicated as much. No, but that ought to do it. Half a megawatt, yes. Lots of capacity. 2.4 we can draw maximum. About. Okay, did not come online because I have not built this yet. Yes, now we can watch a voltage drop happen here, I think. Maybe we can even watch it here at this substation. We shall see. We should definitely be able to see it here. No. What? That switch ought to be passing current. Or did I? No, I confused things, did I not? This? Oh. This is the one you want. Yes, that ought to equal that right now. Yes, and then we bring the last piece of this particular puzzle online here. No voltage drop. Although a significant increase in usage. Yes, plus we got 47%, 20%, okay, 41%, 53, and this one 33. Okay. Yes, 68. That's good. Yes, we get it all. We make sure to get all of it. And they seem to have oil available here. How many vehicles are on this line? We could slow it down. That would. We have a few Scanias. We should, if yes, I'm only going to spend money if it's necessary. Yeah. Or didn't you say something about vehicles will get so damn expensive that buy them while you can? If this will run for any amount of time, though, since we're building everything for money, time will not run away unless we let it. It doesn't have to run away, say. It's already 1974, 1st of April. Started in 1970. Yes. We're on the 4th year. Indeed. But no, you did not empty out. That means that we get to buy a Volvo too then. If we have some Scanias and now that Volvos are available, we should definitely have that too. And there was something I was thinking if this shouldn't be handled with a distribution office instead too. No. Let's just buy a few more road vehicles. Where is the road vehicle step? Why the hell is it all the way over here? Or where is it? It's all the way over here is where it is. Okay. Yes. Great. And was the Volvo available as a tanker? No, goddammit, it wasn't. Damn it. That's a shame. Shouldn't we get a few more Scanias maybe? Mach. Scania is very good value, I have to say. Though it must be a knockoff, as it is apparently a Brazilian Scania. There's something off about it. Yes. Although I believe that the heart that beats within is at least a mixture. Yes, you finally got to go there, train. Lovely for you, congratulations. It only took, I don't know how many weeks, months, years, but damn it, no Volvo. Would you get over it? Yes. Just going to make sure that it is. Sometimes it screws up this and it doesn't show up in the sorted things. We had the Saab 96. We could buy a Saab 96. Was that a two-stroke? Or maybe it was available with a real engine. I don't know. Or was it only available with a chainsaw engine? Not sure. I really hope that they did not build a car in 1980 with a two-stroke engine. That sounds a bit like Trabant, and it feels very Trabant, two-stroke. It's not something that you want to have driving around on the roads. No, only for extremely small engines is it applicable. But could you stop rambling about that and get the goddamned oil tanker here, please? Similar ones, 2 more. Oil Transport Road 1. Yes, we apply that to 2 more vehicles here. And you wait, yes, and you should form an orderly line if we have too many vehicles on. The maximum, 1 more wagon thing here is going from here. Okay, it might be doing fine. So we don't want to bottleneck our extraction of resources. So by for example having the electricity turned off for a longer time that is necessary. 2 megawatts. This is starting to cost money. Is that sustained? Yeah, I suppose it is. We're pumping quite a bit out there. It peaks a whole lot higher. Okay. If we compare that to the Western economy then, on the east, in the east on the map, but in the west and somehow here, 1.2 megawatts. Okay. It would appear that the eastern side is a lot more expensive to run. Does it bring in more money? This year, a little bit, but not so much that it should account for it also has the crops going for what the hell? What is throwing all this electricity out here? Or what is costing? Or was it? No, there was nothing else that was costing. Yes, of course, we also built a few things. And we buy fuel too. Yeah. Also, this year we have spent so far on fuel 5,605 rubles, 38.5 tons of these. Yes, I'll take a couple of deliveries of those every once in a while, you know. That sounds like a really good deal. Not that often, but I think this lasts quite a while. I don't know how much I go through. It varies significantly. If you could have one with petrol too, please. Okay, if I could have one of each at similar price, yes. This petrol thing you speak of, it does not exist here in this world. There's only one kind of fuel, and by deduction, it must be diesel. And I think that the aeroplanes will also run on the same fuel. It's my conclusion from the speculations that have been going on, and also the hints have been laying about. Or is this only speculation? It might only be speculation, come to think of it. It might have been something I made up. I might be making this up. I'm not sure. I shall put that in as a caveat. But yes, aeroplanes. Yes, but yeah, they are introducing new materials. We're going to need to make aluminium. That's one of them. Aluminium is what we're going to make. Need to make. Yes, to build airplanes. But I think they will run on these, which is not that far away from jet fuel anyway. Far off. Oh, it's pretty. Well, it depends on sulfur content maybe, and many other factors too. But yeah, it will do. Close enough. Cheers. Okay, so we have it. I think that I'd say that we have just the right amount of vehicles on this thing. Is it is it that we're continuously loading here? No, that doesn't use a whole lot. Are we pumping a whole lot more? Why? We're using twice the amount from the east as we do the west. Yes, this gets really confusing now, because now we have the west economy on the left, as you would, I think, yes, and the east on the right, as you also would. Presuming that you're looking at the map as a sane person would, with north facing upwards, and so on. And that you did not have a mirrored map, as this is, because it's not just that north is facing downwards. It is not turned. No, it is mirrored. Yes, anyway. Yes, the balance here is pretty good, I think. Yes, but what is it that is drawing so much electricity here in the east? What's going on? I mean, this thing isn't. This thing isn't using any electricity. These aren't using any electricity. This can't be using much, if any. No, what would you need it for? Keeping the lights on. Especially now that nothing is really going on in here. I imagine, in transporting things around. Yes. There's nothing. There's no one. There's only the pumps and the derricks and the things. This is that we have so much lower quality of source out here compared to might actually be the amount of pumps. Here's another one that is sort of within reach. As it is not difficult to expand here, and it goes pretty quickly too if you wanted to. We can even get to steal some. Fantastic. From the other side of the border, that is. Yes, look, great. This might be though approaching. Okay, that was all there was. There's only this little patch too. That's not quite worth it. Since we already have 3 of them, I decided here it's not worth it. As this is 3, yes, but we might get to a point where we're coming in with another connection on here. Yes, that may well be the case. And to find the maximum length there, we can have, which would be something like that then. You should have had that on, and now you don't need it anymore. It's not that bad, it's just a few buttons to click. These two, we should have had the thing ticked. Yes. Oh, but you touched the ruble account. Be careful. And one more pipe too. Yes. Yeah, it would be great. There. Yeah. And then did we leave? No, we didn't. Of course not. Why? Why would you? Oh, silly person. Why would you leave an extra hookup available for this? It isn't as if we knew that there was more oil around to be had. How would we have known? How should we have? How could we? And you still forgot to have the thing ticked. Yes, I built for a different way for about 800 hours now. Whatever the hell it is. No, maybe not that much, but about a lot of hours. But that's too long. It just is. We're going to use a little conveyor pipe engine thingamajig in here. That way, please. If it could be enough with one, but it can't. So we'll need to get 2 in. We might as well space them a little bit. Oh, you actually get to get electricity from there. Very good. Again, tick the goddamn box, and it would save quite a lot of time here. As I shall try and remember. Yes, now electricity. Yes, now we're ticking the box. This time. We'll have a switch out here. We'll have a switch. We need to power that thing. We'll do that from this switch there, and we need somewhere to get the electricity from. We'll get that from up there. Yes. we're getting to maybe perhaps the edges of what is good and wholesome to do on one circuit here. I don't know. It should be easy to troubleshoot. Yes, sure. The electricity grids always end up so very neat and organized and make so much sense. Well, it is. Maybe this is possible to keep a bit more simple. You forgot to check the thing again. Yes, so we'll take it for this at least. That should have brought it online, did it? Yes, it did. Very good. You are. Yeah, it will probably take a while. We didn't get, the best 43%. That's not bad. 29, not a lot. This one, 16. Okay. Yes. The important bit is that it's working. And it is, since it's not building up. No, it isn't. This was really the one that was worthwhile. 16% for the last one. That's not great. No, but okay, so that's even a bit more of the oil exploited. If you're going to do any terrain modification here to make it a bit more challenging, then you should get going on that maybe. Or leave it. Now, how long have you been rambling? God damn it. Yes, that's it, dear friends. Thank you so very much for watching and good night.